you're interested in hearing about a PM routine that can address hyperpigmentation, that can help with crepey skin, that can help with kind of the glow and the brightness of the skin, the barrier function, all of that kind of stuff, then this is the video for you. I'm gonna share with you my PM routine right now, and I'm gonna go through why I do each step, because I have very intentional steps in my skincare routine. I did share my AM routine recently. It is more streamlined than my PM routine. You will see that, and I'm excited. So let's get into it. First of all, I usually start my skincare pretty early in the evening. It's literally like right now, it's light here until say 8:30, and I am doing my skincare usually by 7 o'clock. Now, it does depend on if my kids are at some school function that I have to pick them up from, or, things like that. Obviously, there is some kind of, I change it up a little bit, but I try to do my PM routine early in the evening before I get tired. That's the key, because I am human just like everybody else, and if I wait to do my routine until right before I'm about to go to bed, I'll wash my face and get in bed. I mean, seriously, I won't sacrifice the sleep. So because I know that, I start earlier. And I encourage you, if you have trouble, you want to just fall into bed at night, try and get your skincare routine done while you still have some energy. And I also look at it as a way for that really great skincare to just have longer on my skin. And the third reason why I do it earlier in the evening is that by the time I am ready to go to bed, if I want to add like a little thin layer of Vaseline over the top for extra, like barrier reinforcement, everything's kind of soaked in, and I can just add that on the one step before I get into bed. So it kind of works out well for that as well. So that's my first tip, is to do your skincare routine earlier in the evening. So I do start with a double cleanse, and I will say that you don't have to do a double cleanse. That is totally up to you. I love to do a double cleanse, and the reason for that is I actually take my first cleanse as an opportunity to massage my skin and just take a little bit of me time. I love cleansing balms. I will also use micellar water sometimes, but a good cleansing balm, especially one that has a little bit of like aromatherapy in it. The Elemis cleansing balm has been a favorite forever because it has just a little bit of like a eucalyptus in there, and it is just like a spa moment. I take the time to massage my skin, and I was thinking about this as I was filming the B-roll for this, which, let me tell you, it's kind of funny to have a camera in your bathroom and try and film your skincare routine. It's a little ridiculous, but I was thinking about this as I was doing that. I like to literally try to connect with, I think about the massage. I think about how good it feels to be kind of breaking all of the day down on my skin, how good it feels to be able to sit and take a minute to 90 seconds and really just massage my skin. And honestly, I do think that those moments of almost like meditation are really, really good for us. Like, more than just our skin, they're really good for our psyche. They're good to wind down for the evening. And they're a good reminder that we are worth the time that we take to do our skincare. Because I don't know about you, but I spend my day between working, I spend my day running back and forth to various schools, literally probably 5 to 7 times a day, back and forth, running things here and there, dropping kids off, picking kids up, taking somebody a snack, dropping them at guitar, taking them back for rehearsals. It's crazy. And so sometimes I think we need to stop and say, I got 90 seconds for myself right now, and I'm worth it. So I really encourage you, if you do a double cleanse, it's not just about cleansing. It's about taking that moment for yourself. Okay, so I do a first cleanse. The second cleanse is simple. I mean, it is just a, you know, kind of, I emulsify the first cleanse, first of all, and I rinse that off. And then I do the second cleanse. And that's really just to get the rest of the first cleanse off and to kind of finish the job. And I have lots and lots of cleansers for that. So it's kind of really any cleanser that you like. Then I'm going to move on with my actual skincare routine. So my skincare routine is at night. It is about repair. It is about kind of rejuvenation. It's about encouraging new healthy skin. And it is also about barrier protection and going to bed with my skin in the best circumstances to do what it needs to do overnight so that I wake up and I'm not dehydrated. Really, that's a lot of it, is waking up dehydrated. Those nights when I do only wash my face and fall into bed, I wake up in the morning and I literally look like I aged 10 years overnight just because I lost a bunch of water overnight and my barrier was mad at me. So really, some of this is just really important for pampering your skin, feeding it a bunch of hydration and locking that in. So in simple form. Okay, so the next thing that I do is DNA repair enzymes. So the DNA repair enzyme that I use is the Youth Recovery from Photozyme, and I think it can be a little bit confusing because I've always told people to go thinnest to thickest as far as consistency to know what steps go in what order. And the Youth Recovery looks a lot like a lotion. But the reality is when you pump that out, the moment you kind of even touch it, it sort of turns to almost like a water. It is really one of those things that is deceptively a serum, not a lotion. So it definitely is something that you want to put on early in your routine, if not first, and consider it a serum. DNA repair enzymes are going to literally go into your skin and help to repair damaged DNA. They're going to help the process to happen more quickly. They're also going to help to clear senescent cells. And this is something that is new that I've recently learned after talking to Dr. Yarosh. I will link that video in case you missed it. And it's one of those things that is like, they do so many things. They're going to help with collagen stimulation. They are going to help to protect your elastin. They're going to help with that DNA damage. That is also going to help with your skin's immunity. And if you can help to bolster your skin's immunity, you can also help your skin to repair itself and stave off things like skin cancer. So the next thing that I'm going to do is going to be an essence. Now, this is sometimes and sometimes not. It really kind of depends on my mood and if I remember and all of that kind of stuff. I've been enjoying very, very much the essence, the immunity essence from Regelica. It is a stable form of vitamin C, so it's fine along with everything else that I am using in this routine. And it also has the micrococcus lysate, which is a DNA repair enzyme. I realized that I just put them on with the Youth Recovery, but I'm like, hey, more the merrier, more of a party. It is giant, and I just love to use it not only on my face, not only on my neck and my décolleté when I'm not filming. I actually use it on my décolleté as well, but I will put it on my hands and my arms. And again, after learning about the effect of DNA repair enzymes on senescent cells, which I will do a full dedicated video to that Regelica is so big, it's so affordable, and it's perfect for using on your body. I absolutely love it on my hands and my arms, and I love that I'm going to get a little bit of brightening from the vitamin C that's in there, and it has ingredients that are going to nourish your skin. It has ingredients that are good for your microbiome of your skin, and it also has that DNA repair enzyme in it. So I love getting that in a serum form. It literally, it's like a serum essence. It just soaks into your skin and disappears. So it does not feel like you have another heavy layer on your anywhere. It's so good. So that's what I do next. Now I have some other essences that I really like. I recently picked up a couple from the brand Forlle'd. It's a Japanese brand, and they were not inexpensive, but I have to say I'm super duper impressed. And if you're interested in hearing a little bit more, if you're interested in hearing about some skincare that is luxury, that it's a little bit more expensive, I'm happy to do a video on that. I just always want to make sure that I read the room, because I feel like I'm not buying super duper expensive skincare right now. You might not be buying super duper expensive skincare, but I do own some relatively expensive skincare that I am happy to kind of focus on and do a video on if that is something that is of interest to you. So Forlle'd is a Japanese brand, like I said, and those are the other essences that I might put in this moment if I decided that my skin needed it. So that's the essence step for me at night. And that is really about kind of saturating the tissue with hydration primarily, and also just another opportunity to feed the skin in that really super liquidy form so that everything can layer in without kind of piling on top of each other. It's almost like we're slowly filling the sponge until we get to the end of the routine and we seal it all in. So that's kind of how I look at it. So that's the essence step. The next step after that is my serum step. Now, this can be any serum, but for me, it's usually copper peptides. Why do I choose to do copper peptides? I choose to do them because I know that they're going to help with collagen stimulation. They are going to help with protecting our elastin. To me, that is one of the most underrated things that we can do. We talk collagen, but our elastin is pretty dang important as well. Copper peptides can be helpful with that. Right now, because I had my lip lift, I'm a little bit extra, I put a little more extra emphasis on the copper peptides because I know it can really help with scars as well and healing scars. So that's just another reason why I love to have copper peptides in my PM routine. Now, the Maelove that I've used for quite a long time now, it's called Peptide Squad because it is not just copper peptides. It's like 4 different peptide complexes. It has a ton of benefits in there. Now, the other serum that I might use at night is the Needless Serum from Drmtlgy. That one has been in my routine, whether it's AM or PM, for years. Off and on, it comes and goes, but I usually end up at least once a year realizing how much I miss it and I put it back in. Now, it doesn't ever replace the Maelove. It just is an addition to if I want to use it. Now, Needless Serum for me is just adding some more nourishment. It is adding some more kind of barrier reinforcements. It's adding a little bit more of the ingredients that are going to help with that collagen and elastin. So that's why I sometimes throw the Needless Serum in as well. A newer addition to my routine, not the category, but the product, is a pigment inhibitor, and I have been adding in the Vivatia. It's a mousse and it's really, really interesting, and it has this jam-packed ingredient deck of pigment inhibitors. So it has kojic acid, it has tranexamic acid at 6%, it has arbutin. It's just a really great pigment inhibitor. Now, I tend to, and I've said this a bunch, I tend to reintroduce pigment inhibitors into my routine AM and PM prior to summer and into the fall. And then they usually fall out in the dead of winter because we don't have a ton of sun here in the dead of winter. It gets dark at 4:30 in the afternoon. I work inside, and so I let them fall off. But this is the time for me when I am ramping up for summer, knowing I'm going to get more sun exposure, and I need that guard on duty to protect me from excess pigment. So that is what a pigment inhibitor does, and that's why I have this step in my PM routine, and I also have this step in my AM routine, is to ensure that my skin is not overproducing melanin, which is why we get melasma, dark spots, all of the age spots, irregular pigmentation, etc. So that's why I have a pigment inhibitor on board at night and in the morning, and this is the step. Next is my retinoid. Now, this is arguably the most important step in my PM routine, and a lot of people are gonna be like, why is it so far in? Even though I just had a bunch of steps, you guys, my skin, it's not like I have heavy layers of stuff. A lot of this stuff was really thin and soaked right into that sponge. Now, a vitamin A product is typically strong enough to get through a lot of stuff. And I find for me and my skin's sensitivity that having those layers on first is why I don't end up with crazy flakes and irritation and all of the stuff that can come along with retinoid use. Maybe would I get faster results from my retinoid if I put it on first and just put a moisturizer over it? Maybe, but I'm not willing to have my skin be red and flaky, irritated, and pissed off at me. So I love to put it on over all those steps. I am using, in this video, I'm using a tretinoin, and I get that question a lot. Do you use tretinoin? Yes, I do. I rotate a tretinoin in once or twice a week, and I rotate my nights with a retinaldehyde, a retinol, and tretinoin. And I do try to get that tretinoin in about 2 times a week. I do find it to be the gold standard. The one that I use is through my doctor, and I love it. It's the gold standard. It's gonna help with collagen stimulation. It's gonna help your skin turn over. It's gonna help to reveal healthy cells. It is also an excellent pigment inhibitor, so it's going to help boost that pigment inhibitor we just used. It's gonna help with your texture and your pores and the health of your skin. A retinoid is literally gold standard, important to use at night. And we do want to use it at night because it often can be, it can be made less effective by sunlight. So we want to use it at night. Now my final step is a moisturizer, and I slather on a good thick layer of moisture. Now the same one I've used forever is my Drmtlgy the Soothe Recovery, but I have a few others. I mean, moisturizer to me, as long as, you know, find one that you really like. I love the Soothe Recovery because it's pretty inexpensive and I can use a ton of it. It is perfect in a pinch when I'm traveling, for my hands, for my arms, for, you know, it makes for almost like a body moisturizer. So it's kind of nice for traveling, but I love to just lock it all in with my moisturizer. Now, I still have a couple hours of nighttime left to spend with my family, to do all kinds of stuff. And by the time I am going to bed, that is when my skin feels kind of just like nothing, just feels bare but moisturized. That's when I could put a little bit of Vaseline on, either just under my eyes, or I could put it on a little tiny bit. I'm talking a tiny bit of Vaseline as kind of a last occlusive layer, so that overnight I end up, you know, with a really nice hydrated, a good opportunity for my skin to repair itself overnight. Now, the last thing I wanted to tell you is that I do drink this drink that my friend Lisa J referred to me, and it is called Beam. And I'm gonna link that down below, you guys. I don't have a code or anything. I'll work on that, but it's so good. It has changed my sleep dramatically. It makes into this like hot chocolate, and it is fantastic, and I sleep like a baby, which has been wonderful for everything. So I will link that, and I'll do some content on it if you're interested, because it does use melatonin, magnesium, and some other herbal stuff to help with sleep. Anyway, that's the last thing that I do about 30 minutes before I hit the pillow, and that is my total night routine. Now, if you guys have any questions, if I can help you in any way, please do leave them down below. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.